If you are preparing for the IELTS exam for the month of March, then stay till the end of this video because I, Sanjna Arora, your IELTS trainer and a TESOL Canada, UK and Europe certified English language trainer, I'm going to share with you the 5 most repeatedly asked questions which would be appearing in the month of the March examinations. So I will be giving you the cue card and I'll be telling you how you can start it, and I'll be giving you some ideas about what you can speak in that particular cue card. So now let's get started. The first cue card is describe an occasion when you waited a long time for a nice thing. Well, in this cue card, you'll have to talk about a particular time when you had to wait a long time, when you had to wait for days or maybe for months to get something that you really wanted. So in this, I would say that you can either talk about a shopping order that you placed, but then you had to wait for quite a few number of days because maybe the order was delayed because of some kind of protest that were happening in a certain part of the country. Or you can even say that you made some customizations for that order and that was the reason why your order got delayed. But if you don't want to talk about any kind of shopping experience in this, then the other thing that you can talk about in this cue card can be a result that you were really looking forward to, and or maybe it can also be one of the trips that you want to talk about. So these are few things that you can include as a concept. So you can start this cue card as, well, patience is a virtue that everyone must have, but many a times it is difficult to wait for a long time in order to get something that one really wishes for profoundly. So if you are speaking in this way, then the first thing that is going to come is you're coming out to be very natural. And the other thing is that you're using really good words. For example, profoundly is considered to be a C1 or a C2 level English vocabulary word. So when you are starting your introduction, try to include some good vocabulary words. Now let us move on to the next cue card. The next important cue card would be describe a good advertisement that you think is useful. Well, this cue card has been asked a lot in the past few years, and I'm telling you, this cue card will definitely be asked in the March examinations as well. So in this, you can talk about an ad that you saw either when you went out for a movie or when you were sitting at your home and watching your favorite show or your particular desired series that you watch regularly. So these are few things that you can include in this cue card. So for this cue card, how you may start is, well, to be honest, I'm not really a die-hard fan of TV commercials because they often break the flow or what I'm actually interested in watching. Nevertheless, there is this one particular advertisement that I'm really fond of, and that is, and then you can name the ad and then you can continue your cue card. So every time when you're introducing a cue card, please make sure that your introduction is impressive because the first impression is definitely the last impression. So make your general lines really impressive. Okay. The third important cue card is describe an activity that made you feel tired. Well, in this, you have to talk about a proper event. You cannot talk about general things that make you feel tired. You have to talk about a particular incident when a particular activity made you feel tired. For example, we can talk about a time when you went out for a trek or when you went out shopping, but it went for long hours, and that is the reason why you felt really exhausted at that particular time. So these are the kind of ideas that you can include in this cue card. For the beginning, what you can say is, usually I consider myself to be fit as fiddle and I'm always high on energy. However, when my heart is not really into something, I often feel exhausted. And then you can continue talking about that particular incident. The next cue card is actually a kind of a new cue card that hasn't been asked for a long time, but this cue card will definitely be coming in the March exam. And the next one is describe a book that you have read many times. So in this, you have to refer to a book. See, I understand that many of you might not have read a book. Well, it does not matter. You can create an imaginary story. You can even talk about the basic books that you read when you were a child. For example, you can talk about the book Cinderella, or you can talk about comic magazines like Champak Chaudhary or Chacha Chaudhary actually. So you can include even these kind of things. So you can create your imaginary stories as well. So don't be worried that I haven't read any book, ma'am. How will I talk about it? Just create it. Nobody knows the truth. Okay, just be smart, on how to lie. Okay, and well, now let's move on to the general statement. So for the general statement, I've actually figured out something really impressive, and that is, my mother always tells me that I have always had my hands on the books even when I did not actually know how to read. So therefore, I believe that I am a hardcore bibliophile and I have read multiple books in my life. But there is this one particular book that I really adore and I'm fascinated about, and I've read it like 100 times, and that is, then you name the book and then you start talking about it. And then the last important cue card that I'm telling you is, describe an interesting person you have not met and would like to meet in future. Now in this cue card, you cannot talk about your friend, because your friend would be someone whom you would have definitely met, or maybe if you can talk about your friend only if you are saying that that person is your virtual friend and you haven't ever met him or her. Okay, otherwise you can talk about a celebrity, you can talk about a vlogger, or you can talk about a random person whom you came across via internet. So these are the kind of people that you can talk about in this particular cue card. Please be very sure that don't start talking about a person whom you know in your real life, who is like a part of your real life, because that is not what the cue card has asked. Now let's move on to the general statement of this one. In life, because of social media, we come across many people and personalities with whom we can relate enormously even when we haven't met them. I have also met one person of this kind about whom I would like to talk today, and that person is, then you name the person and then you start talking about the person. Well, guys, listen, these are five very important cue cards for the coming March exams, and I have written the sample for many of them, and I'm linking it in the description of this video. So go through it, and if you find any difficulty, then please let me know in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to help you. And if you want assistance specifically for the IELTS exam, then please connect with me over Instagram, because that is the platform where I talk exclusively about the IELTS exam only. So these were the five very important cue cards. Please prepare them well and do not cram the cue cards, and I am sure you are going to get your desired results. Please never be demotivated. Your result will be amazing, and I'm right here. Feel free to comment on any of the videos, to ask any of your doubts, and I am promising you that I am going to give you the answers. And I have been training students for a very long time, and I myself got the score of 8.5 in speaking. So I actually know how to get the score. So please just don't be scared and do prepare these five cue cards. And if you find any difficulty, just let me know. And yes, if you like this video, then please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to like this video. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.